Once you get the chance to explore the dean's office, and after you look around on his desk, the cat sound is definitely coming from somewhere around here, but you won't be able to find it. Look at the wall over here and solve this puzzle.
This is no ordinary wall decor.
It's a bit difficult to see, but there are clues to this puzzle over here, here, on the left side here, and down here. Use these clues to figure out what shape and what symbol is placed on this grid. Note that some of these designs here and here and here and here could overlap with each other. This puzzle has at least 3 correct solutions based on these clues, but only one of them will work, and I will show you which one that is. If we do a little bit of deductive reasoning, we can see that there are 3 crosses, 3 swords, 3 hammers, and 3 crowns. They are each within a certain shape. Don't worry about the colors so much. The colors help you to indicate what symbol is done in the inside. And notice within the clues, there's a cross here, 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 and here. That's 4. That means one of these crosses are going to overlap with the other clue. Now, this is very important to note. You see this over here? It's super hard to see against how these are all square panels, but this is actually a clue to an empty square. This is an empty triangle, as you can see, but in the strategy guide, it encompasses all 4 of these, even though this one is not highlighted in the guide. I'm going to see if I can't brighten this up for you so you can see the contrast just a little bit better. Click on one shape and then another shape to swap them. Something else you can do instead of swapping them is to simply click one and click anywhere outside of the grid to get it out of the way. You can do this with all of the pieces so that you can clearly see what you've got working with and where you have yet to place your clues. There you go. Now you can try solving it this way. Now that we've got all the pieces out, we're going to start by overlapping this clue with this clue, because the cross in a square is shown twice. The only way to fit all 4 of these next to a column of 4 is if it's using this space in this column. So we're going to put the cross with the square right here. And we know below that is a triangle, sword, triangle, sword. Now take a look at this Tetris shape right here. Crown, crown. They're right next to each other. These 3 are not crowns, and the crown can't fit down here because there's a spot right here below the crown. Therefore, this piece has to be placed somewhere on the other side here so that the crowns are on this side of the column, which means this octagon is right here and the 2 crowns are right here. So therefore, octagon is the 3rd one in this column. 1, 2, 3. It is the cross, octagon, cross. Now that we've got the square cross in here and the octagon cross, that leaves one last cross. That one is found right here in this shape, which we determined was right here. Cross. Okay, so we're going to try to solve for what goes right here. We know that with this column, it is a triangle. But which triangle could it be? The crown or the hammer? We can see that the square crown right here is beneath a sword. And we know a sword does go here, and 2 crowns go here. So let's put this square crown here. Now that we've solved it, let's do a solution check. Square next to the square cross. Below that is a triangle. Next to that on the left is a sword. This is what we have here. This column right here is the cross in a square with the sword below it, cross next, and a triangle. This checks out with this. This one right here has to overlap somewhere in this column. The only way to do that with 2 crowns is if it was to the left of this column, because this is a cross and this is a sword, and you can't fit it here because there is something below the crown. Therefore, the crowns are to the left. So this makes the cross an octagon. Octagon, crown, crown, and in the middle below is a cross. This checks out too. Lastly, this one right here. The square with a crown in it, which is right here, has to have a sword above. Great! It does check out. They overlap okay. So that means that the hammer could be here, and this hammer could be here. This is one option. Let's swap these around. This is also an option because nowhere does it contradict that these 2 pieces should be here. But alas, the puzzle wants you to not overlap this. This is a standalone piece, and we don't know that because it doesn't overlap anything. We just know that it could overlap, and the logic does work out. But the actual answer is to have this right here on this side. So let's rearrange a few of the pieces to make this logic work. The other crown has to be here. This spot has to be a triangle, so let's put that over here. Okay, so if we move the pieces to be like this, where this clue is not overlapping any others, we can see that the crown in the square is here with a sword above it. Check. For this clue, 2 crowns and an octagon work with a cross below. Check. This column still works. Cross in the square. Sword, cross, triangle. This checks out. But this is also not the solution. Swap this sword with this sword. Here is the complete solution, paused.
There we go. Wait a second.